Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K rock and metal channel. And today we're going back to a band we have checked out, I think, once or twice on the channel, but not for a while. Back over to Japan, and we're checking out a band called Deviloof. So their new song came out a couple of days ago, or by the time this video came out about 3 weeks ago. And it is a song called Song for the Weak. They've been a really interesting band, mixture of everything from metalcore, new metal, a bit of extreme metal in there, a bit of shock stuff we've had historically. So yeah, really interested to see what's going on with them. So without further ado, let's go check them out. Okay, there we go. Deviloof and song for the week. Right, let's kick this off. So, my initial thoughts on this one, I guess. Get rid of the first 30 seconds of that song because it was just weird sample noise, guitar squealing. And I'm a big fan of like pitch squeals and stuff, but that was just getting excessive at that point. And before it kind of settled into a groove, that would have put me, if I was listening to it on a radio play, that first 30 seconds of the song would have made me just switch straight away. It just got annoying. Then it settled into a kind of cool groove. Do you know what? Actually, that first part of the song reminded me of that band For the Hornets. Weirdly, from the local band.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Yeah.
The performance, the attitude, the whole kind of vibe of the track there. So quite liked that. Like the visuals of the track, like the visuals of the song. To me, I'm going to go back to one of my favourite sayings. There's a good 3-minute song in there. It was 5.5 minutes long, way too long for what it needed to be for what was going on there. Too much repetition. There's elements of this song that reminded me of everything from shock rock of Alice Cooper on the chorus to Rammstein elements at some points. They really obviously love Slipknot because they wanted to use the psychosocial riff. They literally just took psychosocial riffs. They're dan and dan dan and dan dan and dan dan and dan and dan 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 dan. That's psychosocial with just a couple of note changes. Not the first band to have actually completely taken that riff. Maybe even Slipknot Psychosocial was probably borrowed from someone else, but it's far too obvious for me to know that when they went to that riff the both times, I was just sitting there singing Psychosocial in my head. I don't know. We've watched them a couple of times. This is my least favourite of the ones we've seen because it just felt a bit like a hot mess of a song. It didn't feel like there was a lot of direction in it, and maybe that was intentional. There were fun parts of it, but there was, on all the previous times we watched a Deviloof song, I've wanted to go and watch it again because it was either really extreme and just insane, or it had a really cool heavy groove in it or something. This one made me go, nah, not for me. Just not. There wasn't anything for me to kind of grab hold of and go mad on. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But Kirk, sorry.
Yeah, so this band are clever because, in one regard, it just takes me back to reading Kerrang magazine in 2000. So you've got Mudvayne in there. You've got Slipknot. That band we covered on the channel, Der Grey, they're clearly an influence on them. And then you've got Avatar, and then they've got their ear to the ground, haven't they? So they can also incorporate Lorna Shore if they need to. But that reveals a weakness to this band. It's all about gathering different sounds, putting them into the melting pot, what comes out, and they're clever enough to know that they can incorporate whatever's popular at the moment. So there's many things that are going to really offend old school metalers unjustifiably, in my opinion. Number one, they're too comfortable with TikTok, and they look good on videos, and they look like they're having fun. And old school metalheads are going to say, "You've not listened to 6 Bolter albums, so you're not a metal band." You know, so they're in danger of having too much fun there. Would me personally, if someone says, "Kirk, why don't you listen to the new Deviloof album or the new Suffocation album?" Fuck me, I'll be choosing the Deviloof album over Suffocation any day. So I do understand because they're disruptive and they're very comfortable bringing in outside influences, and they're very confident of mixing it all together. You know, they love technology, they love imagery. It's like they're so fearless, and it goes against the conservative stewardship that exists within metal. So they're going to offend a lot of people for the right reasons. The song itself, yeah, it didn't really do much for me, although the chorus did have something to it, and he was talking about rock and roll. Dave, do you remember that Swedish band Backyard Babies?
Oh, yeah.
Reminded me of them in the chorus. Avatar, I think, was the main influence on that, along with Mudvayne.
Yeah, them as well.
And they threatened to go into one of those Lorna Shore type deathcore breakdowns and then didn't follow through on it. In some ways, that's a good thing because I thought that would have been predictable. I can't really remember much of the song because it's so in your face. You need to listen to it, more than once. Obviously, this band are really about saying you will be excited, not will you be excited by music. You fucking will be, and we're gonna press ourselves up against you and make sure that you are excited. You don't have a choice. Sometimes that can backfire. I don't think it did there. I just probably would like the guitars a bit heavier in the mix. The drums, fantastic performance. Dave, before we go to Andy, can I just ask, would you consider those drums overproduced in the mix?
No, they suited the song, but I thought the guitars were overproduced. Everything felt overproduced apart from vocals, maybe.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, here we go, typewriter drums. But they did seem, you could easily reproduce that on a live stage.
Yeah.
Those guitars, those squeals, those Veil of Maya type techniques, very difficult. So these would be in danger of sounding quite flat live when you've listened to them on record. But yeah, that's enough for me. Andy?
I agree with a lot of what you said. I mean, there is a lot in that video and in the music, lots of elements and influences that are taken from which does sort of make you need to have a high concentration level to sort of sort of ingest and absorb what they're trying to say and what they're trying to perform. I agree. It was too long. That's not, regardless of the intro, which I quite liked, but it did seem to sort of drag on a little bit. I'd like to have seen that Lorna Shore style breakdown kicking Kirk, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It threatened to do it, but it didn't quite happen. Not being a huge Slipknot fan, I don't know that song, Dave. So okay. I did note down that I did really like that opening riff. That was really sort of catchy, really simple, and sort of really sort of kicked the song off well. I love the vocals, deep, throaty vocals, which he employed sort of for most of the song. I didn't like it when he tried to be a bit more sort of clean and melodious, sort of in the sort of what you perhaps call the first chorus. But yeah, this is a very visual band. I enjoyed the videos we've watched. This one seemed to have a very similar look to a one we've seen before, with the sort of prison bars and sort of there's sort of extras in the background. I'm not sure if I'm correct. Then sort of like the low light.
They were in a cage last time. Yeah, it was ground level, and they were all.
Yeah, it certainly had a familiar look from another video we've had, and obviously the lead singer's influence. He looked like an amalgamation of the Joker, Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror Show, and the guy who used to be the vocalist of Him, H.I.M. That's Kirk, But again, strikingly visual, all of them. Obviously, a lot of time, effort, and thought is brought into creating the image of the band and the individual members. But does that sort of take over what they portray musically? And would many people enjoy listening to an album without seeing a performance or a music video like that? I'm not so sure. Like you, Dave, I think I enjoyed previous songs before, which rather than this one, because I remember thinking, yes, I'll check these out from the previous video. I don't think I'll be going back to this, but visually very, very striking. Vocals were great, I thought. The drums I really enjoyed as well, and the opening guitar was very catchy and punchy as well. But all of that put together wasn't enough for me to say, I want to really get into this band. Although I did enjoy their extremity.
But they're definitely memorable.
Yeah.
So whenever we say the name Deviloof, you're
Absolutely.
like, yeah, I know exactly who we're talking about. Whereas when we say some of the other bands' names, we're like, I can't remember who they are, and then you put them on the screen. Oh yeah, I kind of remember them. Yeah. These ones, you say this, you're like, yeah, I know exactly. I can visually remember who they are. So that's a good thing about the band. Anyway, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.
That should get us some views there if it's